Hi, my name is Matthew, and we hired Urban RenoProjects to renovate our basement here in Whitby, Ontario, little community of Williamsburg, and we were quite pleased with the end result. Before we started the basement renovation, we had a few hesitations about cost, about horror stories we had heard from other places, TV, things like that. And we weren't really sure what we wanted, never having done anything like this before. So we were very hesitant, and we called several people to give us some quotes and see which direction we were going to go. In the end, we chose Urban RenoProjects. One gut feel, I guess. We liked the person, Kron, who came and gave us the quote, and we seemed to hit it off with him. But probably more importantly, the rapport is good, but his quote at the end of the day made the most sense. It was the most complete. I didn't feel there were any gaps. Other quotes quoted things like square footage. They were gonna drywall this much square footage, which doesn't mean anything to like just an average layman like me. Whereas this quote was, I am going to completely do the mudding drywall of the entire basement. Everything had that language. It was gonna be complete. It was gonna be a finished project. It was gonna be exactly what we wanted at the end of the day. So at the end of the day, the other quotes and the other contractors simply couldn't compete with something that was that complete. I think the best thing we felt about working with this company, Urban RenoProjects, is that they were very responsive. If we had a concern, if we had a question, I don't want to call it a concern, but more of a question about why is this happening, what's happening here, it was almost immediate response. Come in, come down, walk us around, explain the process. Our original vision for the project, I guess we were kind of delusional. We had barn doors going everywhere, and we had grand plans, and it was nice you hire a contractor to make it more realistic and practical and make sure that it's going to work with the space that you actually have. So a couple of things ended up, quite frankly, better. At one point, we were going to have a gap in a place. It was contractors that were here that suggested you should probably just bring it all the way to the end of the wall, things like that to make it cleaner. And just suggestions like that once again we didn't know. When you're just looking at empty space, you're like, well, we want walls here. So some of it ended up being far better than we had anticipated, and we ended up with a couple of spaces that are usable rooms that we didn't even see coming. Like, we've got an extensive laundry room now with all kinds of space, folding table, the whole everything you could want in a laundry room, quite frankly, which isn't really what we thought we were going to get. So some of it ended up being far superior than what we originally planned. Once again, working with the team was fantastic, very informative. Like, we were never left in the dark about why something was happening. We happened to schedule this renovation during a holiday, so there was communication that they wouldn't be coming in, but there were other days where they wanted to catch up and they were going to come in on a Saturday. Can they come in on a Saturday? Absolutely. So it was always about what we wanted, when we were available, when the space was available, and it was always communicated ahead of time. And the contractors that were here came and went very quietly, were very respectful of our space. There were people living in the house while they're trying to bang and crash away down here in the basement, and I never found there was any conflict between the two. In the end, we would gladly work with Urban RenoProjects again. We're quite pleased with the end result. We now have that relationship, familiarity. We know the way they work. They explain everything very well, and we just trust them. There's that trust there now that what we want done is going to get done, and I would certainly recommend it. Like I said, I've worked with people who've done renovations that haven't gone this well, and those are the stories I referenced back at the beginning, where you're always nervous you're going to get caught in something like that, and I have 100% confidence that Karan and his team wouldn't do that to anybody else.